Welcome to Myth Machine, Chicago by night. This is first edition Chicago. We're doing 1991, and 1991, as everybody knows, was very recently, just a few years ago. Not a long time ago at all. And we all remember it like yesterday.
Yeah, I remember it like clear as day.
Clear as day.
Yeah.
I remember it through my consciousness.
I think the Berlin Wall came down.
What was that?
I think the Berlin Wall came down.
That was 1989, not 1991.
Oh.
1991 was the year that the Soviet Union finally collapsed.
Oh yes, the tank in the street. Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's what it was. It was also my first time visiting China.
Oh.
I went on the Trans-Siberian Railroad that very summer. In fact, let's see now. Nope, by the time we are here in 15th of June, I was in China or on the way back home again. We were there for 6 weeks in all told. Yeah. High school trip that was.
Huh.
So I have just dated myself completely. This is why I remember it like yesterday.
I don't remember much about the summer of '91, to be honest. At the end of the summer, I fell and I banged my head.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, fun times.
Anyway, yeah, when I got back, I backpacked down to Spain to catch up with my family. Lots of traveling for me that year. Anyway, this show is rated R for mature themes because vampires do horrible things to each other on an almost nightly basis, in fact. Yeah. And we are not shying away from that. So far, our vampires have committed multiple murders, some diableries. Only one of them, though, but yeah.
Shooting in a crowd.
Shooting in a crowd.
I think is one of them.
Wonder who did that.
Nobody knows.
Everyone looks at you.
And yeah, various other violations of the health and safety of those around them, mentally and physically. Who's with us this time?
Hello, I am Dominic, or Domi for short. I will be playing the Malkavian rock star, Sylvester Björnsson, who is a little perplexed as he's looking for gang members or bicycle gang members in Chicago. So he's also the reason why the show is rated R for rock and roll. I have to get it out of my system.
Yeah.
The next.
Alright, I'm El Duende, pronouns any all, and I'm playing as Tony Hernandez, the Bruja gangster.
I'm Jan. I'll be playing as Chris, the Toreador body artist.
Hello, I am Ender, playing Kate Peretti, apprentice to Clan Tremere, and rapidly losing humanity.
Yes, you are.
I'm Roger, I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie, Katie, former gangster, and I'm getting increasingly worried about what everybody else may have got up to the week I was away.
It was all fine. Sunshine and rain.
Yeah, just the usual Kate treating her humanity scale like the Audubon.
She didn't do anything to lose any more humanity. Yet.
No.
Yet. I know you, Kate.
Yeah.
I don't have that much to lose at this point.
I'm saving that.
Also, it's going to be harder for her to lose it because now she need to do several violations in a night to be sure to lose something. Because it's just, there's so many, yeah.
It's fine. She was already a beacon of profanity.
She was indeed. And who knows if that's ever going to come back and haunt her. Anyway, last
Not yet.
time... It hasn't. It hasn't yet, but that doesn't mean anything in this world. Anyway, you were starting to... There was a lot of hunting last time. You had your hungers level needing attention. Kate had some issues trying to hunt at a university, but you had a detective to deal with and had to get him to go away from there before you can actually hunt, which you did successfully. Sylvester and Chris went to the Succubus Club to investigate the Anarch situation. And Chris, both of you went downstairs to talk to Damien and Levesque and tried to warn them about Prince Lodin's escalation. And basically, it seems like Damien and Levesque got the message from Chris about a new gang in town and that maybe the Anarchs need to be careful with that sort of thing. Sylvester met with Uriah, and Uriah warned Sylvester that Tony is going to be in trouble because maybe the Anarchs will go after the Latin Kings, drive-bys, violence might be coming, not for Tony himself, but for his mortal connections. And yeah, then you were putting your heads together in the Haven to identify the new gang in town, Requiem Riders, nomadic biker gang, and you have started to investigate the riders' whereabouts. You've talked to Horace at the cave. He told you that the wolf pack are out of town, but he's going to keep his ear to the ground. And you have now engaged in extensive street level leveraging, shall we say, of your connections, the various people, your criminal contacts, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna be like this, and I'm gonna advance our schedule by apparently only by the one day.
We worked quick.
Apparently you do, yeah. So let's get it right like that then. Let me all have you roll your rouse checks to wake up in your haven at night.
Just finished hunting.
Yes, you did. But entertaining the beast's hunger is a never-ending process, isn't it?
Woohoo! I am Sen.
It's interesting. There was 2 successes rolled in the actual dice, but only 1 success in the chat.
Oh, I'm the only one who succeeded. I guess I am
Wow. Your hunger strikes.
Well,
yeah. It's a hunger
Another
strike.
session of hunting checks.
Also known as hunger strikes. I don't know what to call that. Anyway, I was trying to make a pun and I failed miserably. That's what I can say about that. So, yeah, I guess some folks will be hungry. We've played an extensive hunger scenes recently, or chase scenes, hunt scenes recently. So if we want to make it a little bit simpler for this case of expeditiousness, we could do that if you like.
I
Sure.
prefer that.
Yeah, rather than wasting an hour with all of us hunting.
So an hour will go by of hunting, unless you want to bring Charlie up to speed on various things, of course.
He'll be fine.
Oh, we should tell him what we're doing at least. That we're looking that the guys that attacked us are part of this nomad biker gang,
Requiem Riders.
the Requiem Riders, and we're looking for this permanent gang, the Wolfpack, who are cam aligned to help us, but they're out of town, and we've gone to the streets to try to find out where the Requiem Riders could be hiding. That's more or less
Be
what
fair-
happened last time. Is there anything I'm
Yes,
missing?
I don't think there's
To be fair, a large gang of Sabat bikers is not
Yeah.
going to be able to stay quiet in a city for long.
They might try. You don't know. They could be.
Yeah, like we try. We're trying to uphold the masquerade and we fuck it up all the time. They're not.
Nobody has. Have you actually messed up the masquerade so far? In a dramatic enough fashion to draw the ire of the prince upon you?
Not really.
Not really.
We cleaned it up.
Exactly.
But there was several vehicular murders
yes,
directly
there have
around
been.
our house.
Yes, there was.
That's not breaking the masquerade.
no,
that's
it's
mundane.
not. It's
But
just
we do
Yeah,
have
but
this
because they weren't
scapegoat.
killed by car, they were just killed by our car because people got out and murdered them.
exactly.
We do have the scapegoat of that we do live in gang territory, which does help
Yeah.
a lot.
That does help a lot.
Murder is fine. Masquerade breaching is not. That's the difference here. Anyway, okay, so yeah, early night here. Charlie, what would your take be on the whole situation with chasing down potential Sabbat or Anarch gang of bikers?
He probably wants us to all be friends. Kumbaya.
We'll see what Charlie.
So
has
the
to
first
say.
question here is, what's the state of affairs with Dragon's Breath rounds and shotguns?
Tony is your man.
Yeah, Tony brought Dragon Breath rounds into the Haven
Yep. Hey, Dick.
in weapons and then told us. See, at least I had the foresight to not tell anyone. You've got to learn to lie, Tony.
So how many-
This is more of
how
an
many
El
guns do we
Duende
have
issue.
then?
That
Oh,
was two
sorry,
people at
I'll do it.
once.
This is more of an El Duende issue of me in real life not really knowing how to lie.
How many shotguns do we have that'll take Dragon's Breath ammo?
It's pretty simple. All you need is like a 12 gauge.
Yeah, it doesn't require a special shotgun.
It requires like 12 gauge, and also as long as it isn't like one of those like hunting shotguns where it can only take birdshot, but that's pretty easy to not get.
In other words, you can acquire one easily.
Yeah, for $100 easily.
In that case, then I will have two.
Very well. You have two
Going
shotguns,
full,
12 gauge.
like sawn off over and unders.
Very well.
Going full desperado on this one.
So you'll have to organize that with Tony because they're his weapons.
Yeah.
Very well.
Fuck it. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
It's almost like you're planning murder or something.
What? Against a Sabbat? No.
The real thing about Dragon's Breath ammo, though, is on the Wikipedia page about it. It makes it sound like they're not. I mean, obviously, they're shotgun shells, so they are dangerous. But the reason they're banned in so many states isn't because they're so dangerous against people, but because of what the chances are of them causing wildfires.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Because yahoos go out
since we're
with them
talking
in...
about...
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut across you. That was a mistake.
No, go ahead, Chris.
Since we're talking about getting weapons, can I get... And we're going to be fighting vampires. Can I get a sword?
Sword. Sure.
Maybe?
Oh.
How much money do you have? You have a little bit of
I ha-
resources.
3 resources.
Oh, that's
Two
easily enough.
weapons.
2 resources.
Oh, damn.
That's what I see on the sheet.
Oh, 2, but I'm building to 3, yeah.
Yeah, you don't
do.
do it yet.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it
At
was a
the
done
moment.
thing by this stage.
Yeah.
You could probably get
How
like
much
a
does
nice.
this-
Never mind.
You,
How much does a sword even cost, anyway?
that's a good question.
It
We're
depends.
fighting
I know.
vampires. Or
I know the rough estimate in modern times. I don't know about the 90s.
what about a wooden stake?
A wooden stake is just a piece of sturdy wood that you do some crafts on to make it solid enough for smacking into
Exactly.
someone.
To be fair, any reasonably holdable piece of wood can function as a wooden stake.
Yep.
Is 2 resources enough to get a sword pretty handily?
I
mean,
would
probably
think
not a high
so,
quality one.
but not a terribly fancy one. It's gonna be.
It's like barely above mall ninja quality. Like it's gonna break after 5 hits.
You could
they-
get a machete for 2 resources. How about that?
Okay, let's have a machete. So
Yeah. Like resources.
I'll have a machete as well. Because really, though, the point of this is it doesn't have to be pretty or fancy. This is about lopping off limbs and heads.
yeah, that's what I was
See,
thinking.
if the limbs would have grown back, they're debilitated for right now.
For context, in modern times, it's roughly between $300 to $1,000 or more, depending on how big it is and how fancy it is, and what quality it is.
And the number of
I have no clue for the 90s, though.
the number of swordsmiths in the early 90s is going to be considerably lower because
Yeah, and it's you don't have the convenience of ordering online because that is something you could do in modern times.
yeah.
Also, I'm gonna be honest. HEMA doesn't seem like it'd be a thing that would be
No,
as popular.
HEMA
as
hasn't
it is
even
now.
developed yet. Yeah, HEMA hasn't.
Exactly. So it's like
It's on the way. Like Medi-Res was around in UCC in the 1991.
still like
But it's-
high quality
it's-
swords are gonna be like crazy expensive.
HEMA became a thing in the 90s, but it was
Yeah.
like a few years later. So it wasn't a
think-
big thing. It was like basically
I-
it was a bunch of nerds, RPG nerds who went, "How does this thing really work? Does a broadsword really do a D8 damage? Let's check it out. How do you swing with it? Does it take this much space?"
It does a D8 damage.
And yeah, from there on it went. Yeah.
All right, I have a question. All right, let's say you get hit in the wrist with a broadsword. It doesn't completely take off the hand, but it does disable it. On a D8 roll, what would you say that is?
I couldn't even tell you because if your fighter is level 10 and you have 150 hit points, then 5 points is hardly a scratch.
Let's say level 1 fighter.
Yeah, then you've just lopped off their head.
Okay, then. But then I'm thinking probably like 4 points then? Like a 4 on the
Anyway.
D8?
Let's see now. Chris, you are going to go out and... Oh, I noticed something here that I haven't added yet. That I definitely should add. There we go.
I'm suspicious.
Why are you suspicious? I don't understand. Let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah, you are going to go to your usual haunts and imbibe and engage in seduction and such. Yeah, that makes sense to me. You know what? This nice evening, I think you are actually going to meet someone you have met before. And... you know what? It's your sire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Even as you are done with feeding for this evening, she's apparently also done with... she's also on the prowl this evening. Maybe you just found your victim. And she's... maybe you didn't remember that she used to go to these clubs. Maybe this is even where you met her. I don't know. Is it this where you met her? I haven't even made up a particular venue that you might be at. Could be
it could be.
could be Succubus Club, could be any other place, who knows? And she's going to look over to you and notice that you have your mortal date and she has her mortal date and you're both imbibing a bit. And since we are in fact in the rack and feeding, you're among the nightclubs, aren't we? Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna turn out that the drink you're drinking from this human is... I'm rolling tables here for... will there be any resonance? No, that wasn't the right table. That's the right table. Balanced. No particular resonance for you.
Them's are the breaks.
Them's are the breaks. But something was fun with this blood. Drugs. Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's see. What kind
My
of
body is a
drugs do we
temple.
have? What? Yeah, your body is your temple, but sometimes you don't know exactly who you're drinking from. Oh, look at this. This
The temple
is speed of some kind. You are just, woohoo, let's go. And Sophia's not one to shy away from fun stuff, right? She's always in favor of having a party, and she's gonna wrap her arms around you and, oh, Chris, it's been a while since I've seen you, and it's been a while since we've been out and partying, and it's been a while since I saw you at any of Annabelle's parties. You really need to come by more often. She doesn't like when you're not there. But let's not talk about her because she's boring. Let's talk about us. And she's gonna correct some of the strands in on your head, fix your haircut a bit, because you are my creation, and I'm very happy with it because look at you. You're so pretty, even for a white boy. Look at you, and points towards the mirror. See, perfect lines here, and yeah, that's good, isn't it? And how about she will steer you out of the general crush towards the narrow corridor behind some curtains where the strobe softens and the sound drops, and she will wrap her arms around you, and she will give you a very nice and long kiss.
A vampire kiss or
Human being kiss at this moment.
okay. I guess Chris is into this because why not?
Why not?
He is attracted to this person. That's how he ended up a vampire.
That makes sense.
Chris will like whisper sweet nothings about how hot she is. Oh, you're like Donatello's, whatever. You're like the Venus de Milo, beautiful.
She
etc.
is though, like for real. If there was anyone ever who was, there's plenty of very stunning vampires in Clan Toreador, and she's definitely one of them.
Like maybe Chris like kisses up her neck and like plays with her hair a bit. Goes for a cheeky feel around the bustier area.
Yeah, she's all for it. She's gonna go, yeah, let's go to my place and escort you out from the place. She's also gonna ask you about, I don't think she's even gonna mention Sharon Payne at this stage. It's just you and her. Because one night stands are a thing for vampires too, isn't it?
Oh, Chris will suggest that they tag team someone. Maybe bring a mortal back with them together.
Oh,
share.
she's absolutely in love with that idea. Yep. In fact, you can bring both the mortals with you. How could she not? It's easy enough for her to do things like that. Both of you have awe, don't you? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be hard for you to make it a foursome, as it were, with two not suspecting humans.
Oh, I just like Chris's idea that it'd be romantic for them to share a person, not that.
Okay, yeah. Then one of them is dumped.
That's what I was going for.
She's just playing around. This is fun. Yep, we'll reacquaint ourselves with Sophia and Chris when they are in the bedroom. Who knows? Charlie, what is your business tonight? Let's go to the haven here.
With the tracking down the Requiem Riders, has anybody so far gone to various biker bars and truck stops around Chicago and asked around there to try and find out anything?
Yeah, they have.
We also asked the Wolf Pack, which was the Camarilla equivalent biker group, and they were out of town, but the person who was staying there, who was managing their territory, basically said they'd keep an ear out for us.
He's not managing their territory. He's just a connection to them. He's just a connect. Apparently, who knows
he's
what?
running their territory while they're not there.
No, they don't have territory in Chicago.
Oh.
Not officially. They're a nomadic gangrel wolf pack. Let's see how much Kate might know about this. You have a little bit of politics. I'm going to say difficulty 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm brutal like that. The finer points of Chicago politics. Not quite enough. You will know that they are... Obviously, they are loyal to the Camarilla. The prince knows about them and trusts them, at least to be loyal to the Camarilla. And they are allowed to be enforcers. They're not necessarily Loden subjects because they are nomadic, they come and go. But when they're here, they will side with the prince. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that they would... If they want to do punch an Anarch, if they want to do violence towards Kindred, it's going to be towards the Anarchs and the Camarilla's enemies, not to... They would not upset the order of things. So, while Loden can't use them for enforcement purposes like he is using Sheriff and others, you guys, for example, I'm sure he could ask them for a favor next time they come by. Maybe they'll just do it because it's fun. Maybe. So that is the current situation, Charlie.
Okay, so maybe I'll use some of my I'll put word around my criminal contacts asking about the Requiem Riders. And since it's a pretty different criminal subculture to what Charlie's in, maybe the point of contact is Charlie will know money launderers and fencers and just general, that kind of the service industry aspect of crime. And maybe if they know anything about how a nomad biker gang would manage aspect to their business, might narrow some of that down.
Yeah.
After I've made those phone calls, I'm going hunting. Because we all know how disastrous even one extra dot of hunger is when Charlie is involved.
Same. I'm also going hunting.
Charlie was the only one who did not get a chance to do a proper hunt scene last time, wasn't he? Because he wasn't here. So, let's do it, shall we, Charlie?
Or no, he did. Oh, yeah.
I did a hunt scene as to that one.
Okay,
Yeah, let's
go. Okay, yeah, you have a lot of strength and... What is it? Strength? Where are we hunting this time?
Oh, do I need to make a roll for my criminal contacts to put the word
we
out?
did that last time when you weren't here because we were assuming that you would do that. Yeah. We are... Oh, it's going to be strength and brawl, isn't it? So, yeah, take half and you're going to find something, someone, somewhere who is going to satisfy your vile urges. Aren't you?
Yeah, probably since some of the chunk of the investigation was like bars and truck stops, and somebody there would certainly have taken offence at Charlie's presence, and then he'll have his one man from dusk till dawn night.
Yes, absolutely. That is exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, you get into a fight with the guy who wants to try to dusk to dawn you with knuckle dusters or so many rings on the fingers that it might as well be knuckle dusters. And with your strong grappling skills, you will just grab that wrist, pull it out, and then just bite into his arm because it's easy enough to do. And then he goes, ah, oh, that felt good. And then he gets woozy. And what the hell happened? What did you do? That must sound like kind of weird kung fu that you pressed on some nerve or something to make him all woozy. Yeah, because you don't have cloud memory, so yeah.
This just made Roadhouse very twisted and weird.
Yes, it did. Kate, where are we in the city? Are you... Do you have...
Right back at the Haven, I believe.
At the Haven. Okay, let's go. At the Haven, there is someone here to see you.
Okay.
Diaz is going to be the one who... No, not Diaz. He's the gang leader. So it's one of the regular gangers. What would the ganger call you? Miss Peretti or Kate, or what do they call you?
Miss Peretti.
Miss Peretti. Miss Peretti, there's someone here to see you. Says she came from Europe. She's gonna help you clean things, I think. I don't know. Anyway, she says she works for you.
Playing telephone. She's gonna go to the front door.
Yeah. This is the little lady that you will meet down
Very
by the
normal
door.
looking.
Very normal looking. She has coveralls. She has a little toolbox and a hat, a toque. You all know what a toque is, right? No, that's a Canadian expression. Of course you don't know. It's the hat in the picture.
I think I know, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a beanie of sorts,
yes,
right?
exactly like that. Yeah. Of course, it's a bit weird to wear one of those in a summer night, but who cares? She's.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, she's gonna look at you, Kate, and she's immediately gonna bow very deeply, or maybe do a proper curtsy.
Yes.
I
And you are?
I am Irina. I am here to help you with errands by order of Elder Council. I am
Yes.
Irina
Come off the
Duchesky.
street.
Of course, my lady. She steps in. She looks to be in her mid-20s.
Fair enough.
You can call me Reni.
How do I spell that? It's my notes.
Like that.
Ready. Okay.
I can help with various things.
I would be glad for your assistance, then.
Help with locks. I can get them open.
That's good to hear. In that case, let's see how you do. The library has needed some attention for a bit. See what you can make of it.
Of course, Miss Peretti. I will attend to library. And she will go into the library and basically start acting like a maid and dust it off and organize books in her particular order and so on and so forth.
Fair enough.
Very matter-of-factly. You haven't gotten a smile out of her yet. She's just, this is what you want me to
I
do?
don't
This is
care
what I'm doing.
whether she's smiling. It's a horrible thing to say.
But it's a very Kate thing to say at this point, isn't it?
Yeah. So she's a ghoul?
Are you asking her?
She's come from the Elder Council.
Yeah. And she did say that her surname is Duchesky.
Yes. I just didn't expect her to look so human.
He's wearing a hat that could be hiding all kinds of nasty stuff.
Yeah, but they're like 12th generation inbred.
I know. I was actually reading Fatal Addiction. I'd forgotten how.
She's wearing a hat. She's secretly salubri. Watch out!
Yeah, she could be with the Tremere blood in her. She got that third eye. Oh, that book is messed up. Don't read it.
Okay, so I gotta read it now.
In that case, she's gonna set Remy the task of putting together a like a test, basically, of just. She does want to assist. What's his face? Person I'm really annoyed at.
Garwood?
Yeah. She does want to assist Garwood, so she is going to ask Remy to put together a education guide for the like the history that we're allowed to give out to non-clan members, specifically for Gordon
Yes.
to help
Miss
him.
Peretti.
Like I'm asking her to put forward like a study plan to give, so she can give it to Garwood to help in his teaching of Gordon.
Yes, Miss Peretti.
A library must have some weird combination of books in it. Yeah, they'll be like Kate will have something like The Alchemical Wedding of Christian Rosenkreuz. Next to Charlie's The Wretched of the Earth.
Yeah.
And
there's
then like
the shelf
12
that says,
different
like-
variants of the Keys of Solomon.
And like a shelf that just says, fucked up Tremere shit, do not open.
It is not labeled that, yes, but okay.
It's implied that it's there, though.
It will be labeled that by Tony. Anyway.
If Tony touches a book, it's on site. What's he gonna do? Read?
Look, Tony has mentally labeled all the books in like our personal library as fucked up Tremere shit, do not touch.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, what would Tony's books be if he had them? Like large format picture books of like Low Riders of San Diego or something.
All right, I'm gonna say that Tony actually likes romance books, but he would never admit this ever.
He's just
Like
gonna
the
blame
real-
it on like Diaz or one of the other guys sneaking
Yeah,
books
he
in.
grew up.
Exactly.
He grew up with his abuela watching daily telenovelas on TV, and he still has a thing for that.
Exactly. Okay.
They're all in Spanish, of course.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But if anyone were to find them and translate them, yeah, he would instantly blame everyone else. He would not. Someone might legitimately die.
This is Tony's. Oh, you don't know what happened to Carlos last week. Juanita betrayed him. Anyway. Sylvester, what are you doing with this part of the night?
I suppose since everyone's going places mostly,
Somebody
I
got a phone call?
suppose some light hunting is in order since most people are busy.
Very well. Light hunting it is.
Miniature heart attack because I thought that phone ring was my phone.
And that it wasn't. So, who are we going to eat tonight? You're going to a nightclub too, aren't you? Much like Charlie.
Of course, I'm going to where I would likely find my type of people.
Yeah. You will find
Maybe
your
actually
type of
hunt at the spider room because I know my subculture is mostly there a lot already.
When you said my type of people, I heard it as my tub of people.
My type of people.
In
I
this
know I'm not
case,
gonna drain
it's
them into a bathtub.
both her type, Sylvester's type of people, and her the tub of people. It's like both. It's gonna turn out to be. You have a herd, right? No. Yeah. No.
I've
you don't
already
have a
fed them my herd
you
this
used-
week, I
used on your herd.
think.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. So it's a very small herd. One day it will be much bigger, won't it?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. And Tony, what are your plans?
As I said before, hunt and get ready.
And get ready. And you're much like the others. You're just gonna go and grab someone in an alley somewhere because that's just what you do.
Exactly.
Going outside, pulling a gun on a motherfucker and putting them up against the wall and then having them face away from you as you bite into whatever part of their body you want to bite into. You don't have to provide details on that. It's just an exhilarating feeling for someone like you, isn't it? You have
And
power
also then
and
I-
they don't. What was that?
And then at the end of the day, I get their wallet. It's
And
real
at
nice.
the end of the day, you get their wallet. Which, I mean, you don't really need it, but it's the principle of it, you understand.
Exactly. You get it.
I get it. Yeah, absolutely, I get it. Back with our friends Chris and others, Chris and Sophia specifically, you're having a romantic little getaway in, it might not even be her place, who knows, you're going to some place somewhere, she has access to places, and it starts amazing with sensations for the body, as one could say. And as you're both enjoying, Chris does normally not take drugs, but I don't know if he can avoid taking more drugs once he's started because it's a Sophia party. But regardless, it's going to be exhilarating because you are biting down in the mortal that you brought for the party, and she's biting on the other end, just drinking a little bit of a sip here and a little bit of a sip, keeping that vessel a bit woozy. And I'm not sure exactly how you ended up there, but soon enough, you are actually drinking each other's blood, Chris and Sophia. Like, you have one of her arms, she has one of yours, and it's so much more powerful than any human blood has ever been for you, Chris. This is going to bring you right back into where you were that very first night when you were just a fresh vampire, feeling that burning sensation of vampire vitae cruising through your body. And I would like you to roll frenzy check, even though you're not particularly hungry.
Oh, just to see, do I go mental on her?
Yes,
yeah, okay,
exactly.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. You do resist the urges inside you, and even as you're starting to feel, the first impulse when you're feeling that you're starting to lose control to the beast, and so you need to stop yourself from drinking more, there's just this one moment flashing across your face of this urge to just drink everything. Drink your sire dry. And even as you keep your composure and you don't do that, Sophia is just withdrawing her arm from you and looking at you in abject horror. And what are you doing?
You have to forgive me, madam. I'm still new, still getting used to my inner self, my darker self. I do apologize.
She's looking at you, like, stunned. And she'll just grab her clothes. She is, of course, obviously completely naked at this stage. And just put the bare minimum on and leave.
There's nothing like the beast to ruin a good night. Damn it. Chris is going to make a mental note to send her flowers.
That is probably a good idea. Where are you going from here?
I guess I'll go back to the Haven, just because.
Yeah, I think this time the Haven might not be fully stocked with people. Because everybody's out hunting and doing their own thing again. Everybody's across
Kate's
town
still
here.
there.
Everybody's different things here, yeah. Sylvester!
Yes.
What was I going to say? I completely dropped my thread. Yay! It's perfect. Everything is under control. I never lose control of narratives. Who is where right now? So Tony is out in the streets. Charlie is out in the streets. Kate is in the Haven, though, right? So that's all good. Sylvester is out partying. So has Chris been. I think Sylvester will return earlier, though, probably, right?
Yeah, just going out for a quick bite. You know how it is.
And the spider room is not terribly far away. Leo always at your
Yeah.
side because he's not leaving. He's not letting you away out of his sight. So let's see now. Say an hour and a little bit after
Well,
Charlie and
you know
Tony
the
have
saying, you've all heard of Agars, right? All ghouls are simps. Or-
Exactly. A gas, really. A gas.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
All ghouls are simps. This is true because they're blood bonded. You have foisted your horrible. You've tied them up in ties of blood. There's no toxic relationships in Vampire the Masquerade. None at all.
Nope.
All right, Kotri basically
might-
assembled. Chris hasn't come back yet, so nobody knows what's going on with him. But
May I ask, does Leopold have any weapons?
only if you want him to have any.
He has a brawl, which he is actually pretty decent at. So maybe he doesn't need it. Maybe I can get him some knuckle dusters at some point.
That's a possibility.
I was wondering, are there any other other weapons that will be maybe unexpectedly good against vampires? That what does a taser do to a vampire?
Not much.
I
would
imagine
Well,
think.
nothing.
since it, yeah,
Nothing a
since
little
it
bit,
hits
but-
the nervous system, probably nothing.
But they
Because
still
the nervous
feel
system is like a
pain.
bodily function, which doesn't work without blood. Without the body being alive, it doesn't function.
But
This
yeah,
might sound like a dumb
usually-
question. What about pepper spray? Because vampires can feel pain, right?
Yeah, they can still feel pain. I
So
feel like
what
as
about-
long as you are not at 5 hunger, I think technically there's quote-unquote blood in your body. It's just stolen blood.
Very well. Yeah, Sylvester, Tony, Charlie, you're all going to be returning to the Haven at roughly the same time, within 20 minutes of each other. And if for those who keeping track of what the time is, which I do because I'm autistic like that, it's going to be between 10:30 and 10:45, something like that.
Once I get home and see Rennie, I just say, if nobody else is around, I'll just say Tremere shit to Kate.
Oh, there's a new friend there. Hello.
Yes,
This is
it's a gift from my clan.
all right then. That explains it.
A person as a gift. Most intriguing.
What else would they be? They are not food. For you, at least.
All right then.
I more so meant that gifts are usually physical objects, but
I make it a rule not to fuck with the weird ass shit of the Tremere. Okay.
A wise course.
Yeah, she walks with a little bit of a limp, no doubt. And is Kate an expert at medicine? Not in the slightest. Nobody's an expert at medicine here. Oh my god, Tony has a dot in medicine. How does that even happen?
Look, Tony's seen a lot of fucked up shit.
That's fair.
He does medicine for technology. She can revive a toaster.
Yeah, she does, yeah. No, I was thinking about reviving human anatomy. Tony, you will notice that Rennie's back is a little bit, like the shoulder is a little bit lower on one side than on the other.
Huh.
But yeah, she's taking care of the library at the moment.
Notre Dame looking motherfucker.
She doesn't have a hunchback, it's just a little bit twisted.
In that case, has anyone heard anything from any of our contacts?
Let's see now. They've had the whole day to get back to you, so I would say yes. Let's go. So, are we going to have a murder board here? Are we putting up a map on the wall to track
Why,
potential
yes.
signs?
If we need to, yeah.
Sure.
Kate knows how to put together a murder ball. She's
You need,
done a doctorate.
I'm going to
hold on,
research.
do you need
how
do you need a pinboard image? Here you go.
to-
Here you go. Use this for another campaign. You're welcome.
Right there.
A pinboard. Oh my. It's actually a pinboard. Okay, let's go.
It's a corkboard, yeah.
Corkboard.
You don't need an AI generator to do this. We've got one.
Yeah, no, I
Got one locked and loaded.
wasn't going for that. Oh my. The
That
pin
would be
board.
funny though.
Let's create the scene called the pin board. But we need a map of Chicago on this pin board because otherwise it's not going to work. Anyway,
No. We can't just have the pin. We've got the map of Chicago. The pinboard can be a separate thing.
yes, it can be.
Because the map of Chicago is full of unreadable text.
What? I don't know what you mean.
You don't necessarily need a map. You just need
The
a
dot
way to
points.
take notes.
Right.
We don't have access to drawing tools though.
I have sticky notes. Pinboard!
Yes.
Just what we needed. Alright. Sticky notes.
Okay, in the middle, we can put Requiem Riders.
Requiem Riders.
See, the funny thing about
Requiem
particle board is even the image of it,
What color
no matter
do you
how
want on the
pixelated
sticky
it
note?
gets, it still looks fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
What color do you want on the note here? Sticky note.
Something readable.
Yeah, but this is a
Doesn't
sticky
matter.
note. So what kind of color? Yellow. Let's go with yellow. There we go. Requiem Riders.
Classic
Okay,
yellow.
that was way too big a font. I'll fix that immediately by putting it down to like that maybe. That's better. Okay, Requiem Riders. There you have it. Sticky note right in the middle. Now I need
Great.
something to make a red thread with. I don't have that, but I can.
You have drawing tools.
Yeah, I have the drawing tools, so I can make
Yeah, and they can turn it to red, I think.
red line color. Here we go. Deep red line. So, where do you want the deep red line to go?
We've got the attack on the Opera House,
Yeah.
which is one possible lead. We've got the bikes themselves, because that's a large amount of equipment that's not particularly easy to hide.
I would really like for the sticky notes to default to a much smaller font. Why didn't it? Okay, that's weird. Update. Oh, it's because I was clicking the wrong thing. That makes sense.
Nice
Technically,
God,
I think
boy.
we should have
Obvious
also
screamer.
have like relationship maps, but
Yes, we should. Okay, Opera House attack. There we go. We have another sticker.
we've got the bikes. That's a
Bikes.
possible lead.
Yeah. I'm gonna make that. No. Okay, sorry. There. Create sticky note. Okay. Bikes. Red. And for. It's always gonna. I'm gonna have to change the default on the. There we go. Default text should be different sized. There we go. Configure. Okay. Bikes. Where do you want the bikes?
That's fine. Okay, when our contacts get back to us, do they have any information about the stuff we've... Do they have any leads related
have
to
any
these
leads?
things?
All
Because right now we know they're in the city, and that's the only lead we've got.
Sorry, my throat. You will have a lead from a biker bar in the far southwest where there was definitely violence. I am assuming here that as part of your surveillance that Kate Peretti, being the techie she is, has surveillance going on police band radios because the police are very good eyes and ears. And
Yeah.
while Loden has said that you cannot influence the police, you cannot interfere with them, he didn't say anything about listening to them, right?
That means we're not allowed to have contacts in the police?
He
Because
said
that would
you're
count
not
as
allowed
influence?
to have influence over them.
Yeah, I'm
Media
asking,
and
like, what does
police
that
are-
mean? Does that mean we're not allowed to use powers on them? Does that mean we're not allowed to blackmail them?
Yeah,
we
that sort of thing.
Foster relationships with them?
Foster relationships is more allowed than blackmailing them.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like I'm guessing you mean domineering influence. Like we're
Yes.
allowed to have friends on the police force. Not that this group would, but
Exactly.
Very unlikely, yeah.
Very unlikely indeed.
Yeah, half of you are just like shoot on sight.
The closest thing I have to like being friends with someone with authority is Leopold, just because he's a bouncer, but that's all pretty much it.
This is maybe a little bit too pixelated to work, isn't it?
It works. It's just something we printed out with the home printer.
Okay, maybe.
Or 90s home printer, mind you.
The 90s home printer. Fair enough. Here we go. Chicago map. There
It's
you go.
it's no Epson color printer.
Yeah.
With the examples of the corkboard stuff that Dommy put up on the second one, I'm looking at the top left corner and something called Angie Robo Wolf. I have questions.
Werewolves mixed with cybernetics and mind control. That's all you need to know.
That is
my,
all.
my, my personal stories take a wild turn, but enough about me.
So, Opera House
Um,
Attack was in the middle of town, of course. So, we can put that one there.
The point is to not make the map unusable.
Yes, I know. And then you had something down here, which was Bar Attack, that happened more recently, obviously. There we have it. Because you just heard about it through your contacts. What else?
Maybe it's an idea just to make this like easier to track. If you put the Requiem Riders over here, you put the leads along here,
Okay,
and then just drew lines from the leads to the map.
I can do that. I know how to do that.
Because right now they're covering like
All the map.
30 blocks each.
Yes, they are. Bikes, Bar Attack, and then we have the lines. So Opera House Attack like that. So it's gonna be like this. And then we'll make a Bar Attack like that. Huh? Is that better? Much better. Look at us. We have a cork board.
Oh, that's in the
conspiracy
boonies.
board. Yeah. It's coming along nicely.
They spend
With the
half the
bike.
night driving into Chicago.
With the bikes clue, did you see enough of the bikes to see some distinctive markings or anything, or any design features on them that would make them stand out different from any other sort of biker gang's hogs?
I think that would be Tony, because he ran out. I think both you and Tony ran out
No,
and
but
saw them fleeing.
Hold on, that
Chris,
was
that
Chris.
That was Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
So
I would like to add that I'm pretty sure the people riding the bikes are a bit more identifiable than the bikes themselves.
Yeah, but biker gangs generally make their rides at least fit a theme.
Yeah,
Did
they
I
pick
get
up
a
the
good...
rides.
Mikhail, did I get a good enough look at the bikes to notice any distinguishing things, distinguishing marks, or stuff like that?
Yeah, distinguishing marks. You saw their patches, obviously their colors, and how much do you know about motorbikes?
Oh,
Not much.
Yeah, with Drive Nothing, you don't know the difference between different brands.
All right. Did I see any plates?
Did you see any plates? Isn't that a good question? Wits and
Would they have had plates?
if they had plates. Yeah, no, probably not. Any? What are your diplices?
Because I remember Kate
This is just
did.
reminded me, there's a British comedy horror film called I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle.
another movie on the weird movie list.
I was gonna say, Chris is gonna stumble in through the door as you're working on this corkboard here. Somewhere probably in the living room. And yeah, he's, at least you're fairly sated, Chris, even though you might not be happy about everything. Yeah.
Oh,
He took almost 2 hours. The rest of you took 1 hour, so.
I have just a retroactive question. Was the last person I fed on high?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Be
Did you want them
Roll
to be high?
Obviously.
Then yes.
Oh, a 10. Yep. Very high.
Yep, very high. High as a kite.
Oh.
Flying
You don't
over
even know what the
Chicago.
hell we're talking about.
You can see the entire grid of Chicago, the street grid, just lying out in front of you as you're watching the map and feeling like you're floating over the city.
Yes, Sylvester, while adding to all of the things you are saying, is talking a million miles per hour.
Very. Fucking Malkavians, man.
I would still do the same even if there wasn't a Malkavian.
Fair.
So, what was the ruling on? Do I need to make a roll to see? Did I see any plates? Or do
No,
you
you
remember?
didn't see any plates.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you.
Them's are the breaks.
Them's are the
By the
breaks.
way, did my streetwise roll from the previous session yield anything? I don't remember.
Yeah, we're working through that right now. There's a bar attack thing here. There's gonna be. Let's see now. All right. Ah, yeah. You heard from. This is gonna get tricky now because you're casting a fairly wide net, and Requiem Riders. That's a signature. That's very specific. But you have to sort out the red herrings from and the wheat from the chaff, as it were. You'll have maybe your a mechanic. How about that? 2 out-of-state bikes bought hard compound tires and quiet chain lube. Paid cash. Didn't wear any colors, but had some grime under the fenders that Mando Ruiz, the mechanic, did not recognize from around here. These guys were asking for roads with fewer lights.
Roads with fewer lights?
Yeah, roads for fewer lights.
What the hell does that even mean? No cat's eyes?
No, lights. Roads without street lights.
Oh, those lights.
Those
Oh, right.
lights, yeah. And let's see now. Who among you is the best mechanic? Nobody.
Well, he drives them, he doesn't know what makes them work.
I believe that's technology.
Yeah, that is technology. So it is you, even if your technology
Kate is an engineer.
Yeah. Kate is not just good with computers, she can fix your car too. Which is completely unrelated things in 1991, but we don't care. Maybe fixing cars is crafts rather than technology, but
She's got the knack.
she's got the knack.
We're playing World of Darkness, bitch. We don't actually have rules that make sense. We just say, fuck it, we ball.
Kate's gonna conclude from this kind of witness statement because, let's face it, we have both Goldtooth Charlie and we have Tony Hernandez, who both have all the criminal contacts, right? Between the two of you, you have 6 dots. So you're talking to a mechanic, you're talking to a kid who's usually probably in the Latin quarters, a lookout, sits by a payphone, is used to call to warn the locals about when 5-0 comes around. Yeah, let's see now. There was some kind of new courier that this kid hasn't seen before, who was using the same payphone. It was the same guy who was using 3 different payphones across some territories here. Yeah. Then the backyard butcher had some people coming in buying sacks of ice at 1 a.m. They dumped it into a foam cooler and left to the west. Helmet boys, apparently. Yeah. Tipped big, too. And let's see, there was some guys who were towing a dented panel van and a couple of bikes that looked like bad news followed him from a distance and then peeled off near this and that intersection. And motel clerk, Red Pam, you can all trust Red Pam, right?
Exactly.
These guys were paying cash for 2 rooms by the back fence and did not want any service and did want to be just left alone. They didn't have actually bikes with them. Instead, apparently, they were dropped by a gray sedan. But funnily enough, there was a cop coming by later and asking about said gray sedan because it turns out it was stolen. Yeah. So, yeah, you have a number of these sightings, which is sooner or later going to turn your map into a cobweb of sightings, which is only barely helping, I guess.
More information than we had
map,
before.
Yes, that is true.
Can we see, is there like an epicenter with the crimes around it kind of thing?
Not so much an epicenter as a, shall we say, a streak, if you will.
Like like an arrow?
Mostly
Or following a road.
in the outskirts, like that.
Okay. That's
at
something.
the moment. So,
you
after
know
this
what the
raid into the
oldest-
Opera House, it seems like they've been keeping to the outskirts, at least for this night.
Oh, do we have... So, you just listed off a ton of things there, but you didn't give any times to when this happened. So, do we have, like, the guys were hanging around the motel on this day, and then they were around here around this time, so we can see what direction they were going in?
Let's see now. We had... What was the times here? Let's go. It gets harder when you're relying on the criminal contacts for the time, because sometimes they don't know the time exactly, because they're not watching their clock when things are happening.
Well,
Like,
even
about
morning-
an hour ago, I saw these guys.
Yeah, like that. Like, I'm not asking for specific time. I'm just saying if they were here 2 hours and then here an hour, at least we know roughly the direction they're going.
Yep. And again, there's no guarantee. So this is half a dozen sightings. There's no guarantee that all of them are the riders. These are... You're asking our criminal contacts, did you see something weird related to the Requiem Riders recently? And other weird things, because you obviously can't say, did you see some vampire shit going down? Because that would be breaking the masquerade, and you don't want to do that. But you can ask about weird behavior, and that's how you get the kind of report like, they bought so much ice and wanted to dump it in a big cooler, which is weird behavior, because normally you don't buy that much ice. But since you are vampires, you can see few things that vampires could use a cooler for, particularly if they want to lay low.
One thing that helps us, though, is that since Tony's a gang member,
Yeah.
and these are criminal contacts, there's also mortal explanations for some of this behavior.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Organ
want to just put a
harvesters.
body on ice for a while and throw off the coroner, that's exactly what you should be doing.
Or just organ
Exactly.
harvesting.
Yeah, organ harvesting works too, yeah.
You get it. Get it.
In this case, we've got a large arc of the city, which is probably like a hundred kilometers in distance, roughly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We've got a bunch of different things. We don't have them timestamped specifically, but like we can. Is the bar attack the oldest or the newest of the incidents?
I'd say...
Because that one would have a time related.
Yes, it would have, and it's one of the things that you can listen in on the police radio. It's one of those things that would be noted in the police radio, because it's a bar attack and they have to respond to it.
Yeah.
So the timestamp on that would be... I think it was just last night, really.
Yeah, but all of this happened last night, so that's.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. But say at 4 a.m. or so, which means that you were back in your havens, basically.
4 a.m. Okay,
Yeah.
so we don't think they've traveled far from the bar attack. They wouldn't have gone to ground far from the bar attack.
Probably not. So it's an hour
so-
before sunrise.
And you don't want to be
Okay.
caught in traffic on a motorcycle.
But at
The
this
sun's
stage,
coming up.
because it's now like 11:30 or so, they could be. So if the bar attack is the place, then they could be. How far can you get on a motorbike in 2 hours? If you drive hell for leather, you can get pretty far.
Still, that's a lot smaller of an area to deal with.
You can make in an hour on a motorbike. You can get across town easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the
Well,
bar,
do we know of any, like, not Tremere, Camarilla, like, places in those areas?
That's
Like, is that the domain of anyone?
Let's compare, shall we?
Because the
Yeah.
further you get out from the city, the larger the domains get, because there's just
They
less
do.
people in them.
They do. Down there, I think the closest you would get. Let's roll some dice to find out who. Anarchs can be in any of these areas because most of
Yes,
the
but-
domains are staked downtown.
But I'm just saying, like, a coterie or, like, a stronghold of a particular vampire or group of vampires would be more aware of what's happening in their own territory.
That's more
Generally.
yes. So let's go for your politics intelligence again. 3 successes this time. You were talking so many times to Davenport that I'm sure you learned something about venture domains.
Fair enough.
The funny thing about the bar attack story made me remember this story. There's a book called Gangland Britain, which has a chapter about bikers. And apparently, according to that, there's no proper biker pubs left in Birmingham because one single gang wrecked every one of them.
Good on them.
That sounds like the Riders. Are we sure we don't have a Sabat problem in the UK?
It would explain a lot about the UK as it is right now.
You've
Write
got
it
those
down, write it
nice,
down.
lovely country roads.
Yep.
New story idea, new story idea.
Anyway, I wanted to say oh yes, he's known as Nina. He has the far southwest side because it's the Irish community, and he leads the Irish gangs.
Can we reach out to him?
You can always try. You'll have to contact Neely or someone like that to get his contact information and go that way, which isn't hard. Neely,
We're
fine.
well respected.
You're well respected, exactly, so it should be fine. Let me roll a die. Let's see if Neely picks up. He picks up! You have good luck today, don't you? Alright. Yeah, Neely's on the other end. Hello? I don't think he ever answers with Neely here. He just answers with a hello, and you recognize his voice.
Yes. Should I be calling him Neely?
Maybe not, because it's a phone.
Yeah, I know, but what's...
Mr. Neely.
Hi, I'm just trying to track down a cousin of mine. Lives on the far south side. He's got a lead on an heirloom for my grandmother. I
When
think
you
he's from the British old country.
Right. He's not from the British old country. Don't. Right, Jan? Or do
You
we
said
call
Irish.
it British Islands? Yeah, fair. I don't know. Do Irish consider themselves British?
No,
Does
we've
that
had
add up?
several. We've had several wars over it. It's contentious.
It's contentious.
What about the Northern Irish?
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
I
I once
Yeah.
called my ex-boyfriend British, and he was not a fan.
Depending on whether or not this guy is from Northern Ireland, he might get staked for that.
To be fair, I'm not talking to him. I'm talking.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kate's made
Old-
mistakes in
yeah.
character.
Old country. Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
because
of
when I say
course.
old country, he's gonna think of Europe, which is not where I
Yes.
want him to think of.
No, Europe is fine. Anyway, yeah, he's gonna.
Irish are not Europeans, confirmed.
Apparently not.
Not anymore.
Long story short, you're gonna get the connect to Nina. That was where I was gonna get. Because you're speaking
Great.
in your particular subtle ways, the subtext, the ways to speak about these things on the phone, and yeah.
In that case, do we need to get together and go to him, or is this? I'd prefer not to call about this sort of thing.
You do need to
I'm asking,
call
like,
him-
like character in character.
Right.
What sort of
Yeah, what
situation
is
this?
the right way to go? Since we are in the 1990s and technology is amazing, but on the other hand, it's scary with cops and whatnot, I think you would still have to call the right number and leave the right code phrase, which of course Neely has because he connects with Nina because he has to, and that way you can set up a meet. In short, you could probably, let's see how lucky you are with things. Lucky. You could probably get a meeting by 1 a.m. with Nina if, you know,
Right.
the right code words and everything. Yeah.
In that case, she's going to set up that meeting and try to get everyone to be back at the Haven and traveling together to get to that meeting. But
Very well.
that's probably going to take a while. Like, she's going to
Yeah.
buzzer everyone.
Yeah, it's
Pager
definitely
everyone.
like almost an hour to drive down there.
Yeah, but I've got to get everyone together first, which is
Yes.
the problem.
Yes.
The biggest problem in the vampire game is not scheduling conflicts, it's scheduling conflicts.
Exactly. Getting everybody together. That is.
Both in and out of game.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
So she's gonna pager the rest of the party. The rest of the coterie.
Yeah, Sylvester. Let's see now. As you are, I don't know what you're doing right now, aside from watching the cardboard and all the reds
I was
markings.
going to ask if the previous roll from the previous game resulted in anything because I forgot if it did.
Yeah, I mean it's all part of the cardboard mess of ties and lines and stick-it notes. Yeah. Stick-it notes. Stick-it. No.
I think I genuinely don't remember.
Yeah. The notes on the cardboard. That's, yeah. There is a bunch. We were collecting all the things that everybody has heard of and just brainstorming to put it on the board and let's see what leads will lead you somewhere.
Yeah. I had because I remember the last session I went around asking people for information, but I don't remember what I got from that.
What you do
And
get.
I had 4 successes on it.
What you do get is how the world suddenly snaps into half-developed Polaroid tones. You stand under an L, and by L I mean the elevated trains. The subway in Chicago goes to an elevated train system in some places of the city. But the pillars that are holding the light rail up are chess pieces. Every single one is a rook. And down Archer Avenue, you can see tail lights streak. They're definitely for motorcycles. And then they blink out at a viaduct. You can follow the sound fairly low. But when you turn to the corner, the noise is behind you again, just a length away. You notice what doesn't make a noise. There's a payphone rocking on its hook with no ring. There's a box truck with hazard lights off, but warm tires. There's a church basement door that closes without a latch click. A stockyard gate swinging with no squeak. And then you step into the quiet and the tail lights appear in front of you, idling, waiting. The last flicker is a paper clock face with numbers that you can't quite make out. And then you snap back again.
Huh. Oh, that is peculiar. You just see, I guess, Sylvester just like staring at the corkboard, eyes still wide, or I guess maybe the opposite from being high, but very much just like no thoughts, head empty.
Is Sylvester high or having a vision? Could be both.
You never know. You never know.
Either or both.
The thing is, you might recognize that he's having a vision because he has stopped talking and rambling.
Alright, in that case, I'll say, was that Malkavian bullshit?
Yeah, I noted one something about a subway and chess pieces, tail lights, and I don't quite know about this one. It's so much at once.
Does it give us any lead on where to head next?
Other character, did you say that one of the places in the vision was like a subway station or
One of
something?
them, Mikkel said something about an avenue.
Yeah, I did.
You said Archer Avenue or something?
Yep.
Something about an avenue of sorts.
Oh, avenue? Which avenue?
Would I remember anything from the vision?
Probably not anything terribly precise. Impressions, sounds, or the lack of.
There was a church door. A truck of some sorts, I think taillights. Are there any avenues that has like a church or something? Oh no, basement church door. So specific though. I think I should get a motorbike.
The vision tells you to buy a motorbike.
Yes, that's what he's getting from this version. And also that he should maybe investigate avenues close to churches or something, question mark?
Guessing that's a lot of places in Chicago.
Yeah,
It
that's the
is.
hard part.
It is a city of 2 million. There are a lot of churches, man.
There's a lot
And
of
also-
symbolism as well.
Yeah.
Like the...
It also depends.
A rook chess piece that holds up the ceiling or something. Symbolic, very symbolic.
Very
Could we
helpful.
try to, like, game out what we're doing? I don't know if there's a role involved, but just look for synonyms for chess pieces or try to match it up with a directory of the city.
Like, is there like a Bishop Street or a Queen Street or a King Street or something like that?
You wish
Maybe.
you had the Enigma skill in this game, don't you?
Isn't that just investigation though?
Yeah, we've got investigation. If we get some people working on just like trying to locate a bunch of churches, and then we try to match it up with another map that's looking at a bunch of possible synonyms for any of the stuff we came across. Sylvester saw to try and match up, see if there's any overlap.
Yeah, that might work. Let's go. We have.
Did you say one of the
intelligence.
visions was like the gate of a slaughterhouse or a meat packing plant or something?
Hey, Mikkel.
Yeah? Everybody's asking at the
Alright.
same time. That
How's
is very helpful.
All right, I'll go that.
So, yeah, who has the best investigation role here? That will actually be Kate.
I feel like
believe.
this would be a more group thing rather than an individual.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Let's do
go. Roll the intelligence investigation. You're
I'm
trying to-
investigating my own mind. I'm gonna blood
Yes,
search
yes,
because
you
I'm
are. You're
bad
on
at
the
this,
line.
and I'm high as shit.
I have a question, Mikkel.
Yes.
All right. Could I theoretically argue that since, like, Streetwise, like, use basically Streetwise to try and remember the local area, like, and maybe remember perhaps some landmarks that match up with Sylvester's vision, and perhaps like a Streetwise intelligence roll?
Okay. Why
I
not?
blood searched and I got a willpower rerolled and I got
Nice.
6 successes.
Fucking amazing!
Could I also make the pitch
And
for
you're-
this is a research role, so I could use academics?
Yes, okay, I'll allow that. We're doing research.
This is research.
Yes, it is research. You know what? It's gonna be research that you're gonna have to conduct partially at the beginning of the evening, but also after you meet Nina, because we're
Yeah.
talking about hours of work here. So you
I
start the
think-
research now, and
I think quote-unquote the research is just like thinking about his own vision and like what it could mean. Just sitting down and just thinking on it for a moment.
yeah,
Kind of
And
Parse
can
out the
Remy
details.
assist me?
of course she can. She gives you another die.
And
Now,
you
what's the
said
roll
one of the
nothing?
visions was gates of, was it a slaughterhouse or a meatpacking plant?
It was, I was saying, the Stockyard Gate.
It says dockyard or stockyard.
Stockyard. Stock.
Yeah. I was thinking if it was stockyard, we end up going to the meatpacking district. But if it's docks, it's a different part of town, presumably.
15 successes so far isn't bad.
I was gonna say we're gonna get back to the research once you are done with your meeting, because like basically before the meeting you have time to get into your library, pull out all the books and all the other things and mull over the vision, and then you have to get in your vehicle to go your several vehicles possibly to go to the meeting in Bridgeport.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that as I'm driving, like, I'm just using my skill check just to think about, like, potential locations.
That makes sense.
I'm going to pull Rennie aside before we leave. Like, you've been doing great work. Please continue. But I'm going to need something more from you.
Of course.
And she gestures. In that case, Kate's going to drink from Remy.
Very well, she will say.
So
But
you can do 2 dots without harming them.
yep,
A week.
yep. She's used to this kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, Kate's
That's
not
my
trying to
thing.
hurt her, but it's not exactly a nice embrace.
It's always a nice embrace. It's a vampire's embrace.
Oh, yes.
You have to be Giovanni for it to not be a nice embrace.
Hey, everyone, say hi to my new dog.
Hi to your new
To be
dog.
fair, I also have Lingering Kiss, so it's even better.
Only if you activate Lingering Kiss. You don't have to have it active.
Why not?
Oh.
It's a
Well.
sign-in bonus.
It's a sign. Yeah, she gets bonus dice then. All right, we are gonna meet up with everybody's going with, right? The entire coterie. No vampire is left behind. Right?
Yeah, are we leaving... It seems reasonable, but are we leaving the ghouls behind, or they come with us?
Well, that's up
Just
to
to
you.
sort that out now.
Leo will not be left behind unless specifically tells him to not come.
It's almost like the guard what you love conviction I have is from him.
It's almost. You would never have seen that coming, right?
Damn, I lose my celerity. Resonance. That's fine.
It happens. Resonance is fleeting after all. Not fleeting, but it never lasts forever. And Tony's ghoul is busy with other things right now, isn't he? All
Yeah,
right.
Tony's only like half aware where Dex is at this point.
You're gonna
Vaguely
be
aware.
absolutely unsurprised that you're meeting Nina in a pub. It's an Irish pub. They have all the flags. American
Do they
flags
have
too,
the
of
starry
course.
plough?
What was that?
Do they have the starry plough? Is it that kind of pub?
Maybe. I don't know what that is because I'm not Irish.
Aha! It's a
Wait.
flag.
This looks a lot like the area Sylvester was describing.
Oh,
I'm
there's
gonna
a
say-
church.
All right, there's a church.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
There's no subway.
No. Is there a subway in the Vision?
Not this far
It's a
out.
bird.
No,
It's a bird. There's
there's
no
not
subway,
that
but
far
still.
But you will be very
I'm gonna
surprised to
answer
hear
that
that
question.
biker gangs move between different parts of town. It's a thing.
There are tram tracks in the road.
Oh yeah, not the same as a subway, but still, it might be close enough vision-wise. Who knows? I'm not the one having visions, man.
Exactly. Yeah, Nina will receive you there, or would you call that Nina? I don't even know. How would you pronounce this nickname? It's a nickname. It's not his real name.
Yeah, Nina.
Nina. Thing is, of course, as you're coming into this pub, certainly Charlie and Tony will immediately peg this as a gangster hangout. Like, the people who are patrons in here. He has his own booth, which is far in, far away from the windows, far away from the door. And the people in here who are playing pool and whatever else they want to spend the time doing at this hour of the night are customarily wide-shouldered. Some of them might be wearing jackets that could conceal guns and other weapons of that kind. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be various tools for violence spread out in conspicuous places, like a baseball bat, because they're baseball fans here, mounted on the wall. And you could use a fire axe to escape through a window in case of fire. You can also use a fire axe to chop someone's head in when needed. So there's all sorts of these kinds of tools lying around. Obviously, the centerpiece of the bar is where they pour their Guinness, right? I don't know. Jan knows more about this than I do. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
Believe it or not, I don't really drink Guinness. If I'm going to drink stout, I might drink Murphy's instead, or maybe Beamish. So, I don't know really where Guinness is served.
They're going to have everything here that you need, as all the Irish brands of stouts
And it's
other
1991,
drinks.
which means that harp is still a thing.
In
Now,
that
I'm
case,
not
we
even
move
going to
towards
try
Nina.
myself on an Irish accent because it's going to go poorly. These are clearly...
Oh, no, good. And then I'll do my best Swedish accent and we'll see who's more racist.
Now, this is obviously an Irish-American, so he might have actually been born in the US, and that would explain his lack of an proper Irish accent. There we go. I have avoided making a complete fool out of myself. I find an Irish accent to be very difficult to do. Scottish, easy. Irish, horrendously hard, and I don't know why. But there we are. Anyway, as you're coming in there, I think there's going to be some eyes looking towards this gang coming in, but Nina has been warned that you're coming, and one of the locals, probably actually the bartender, is just going to look at you guys and nod towards the booth where Nina and some of his goons, he's not alone, obviously, he has a court of sorts. And when you're coming in, he's going to nod towards you and invite you to his booth. And yeah, you're not alone. He's not alone. There are people around who are ready to spring into action if necessary. But yeah, he's leaning back and looking at all of you as you're coming in. And to what do I owe the pleasure?
If no one's give a step forward. Is this a private place to discuss matters?
He's
She's
gonna
looking
look at
around to
his-
the people
He's
sitting
gonna
around
look at his
him.
goons and just, it's all right, fellas. And they're gonna leave and go to the pool table, close enough to see if anything goes wrong, not so close that
That's
they will be
fair.
able to overhear private conversation. The bartender is gonna come over with whatever drinks you want to drink, and put down stouts and whiskey for show, maybe? Who knows? Or maybe the bartender
Maybe.
doesn't know the true nature of this company.
Kate's blush of life because she looks the worst out of everyone if she doesn't.
Yeah.
Ah, there are mortals there, so I need to use Blush of Life.
Yeah.
There are mortals about.
So basically, she's just going to say, we're on the hunt of the Requiem Riders. We hear they may be operating either in or near your territory last night.
Right, I heard about them. A mutual friend of ours at Sears Towers.
A dear friend has put us on their trail.
Of course. Does that mean that you're moving up in life then?
We try to lift all boats.
Of course. I
But
have
right
to
now,
say,
someone's stabbed a few leaks in our hull, which we need to address quickly.
for sure. I have to say it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I haven't had the opportunity before.
Likewise,
I've heard
our
of
group has only recently moved into this lovely city, or at least settled down.
Indeed, you came during the winter, didn't you?
Yes. So about the riders.
About the Riders. Straight to the point, eh?
We are in a time frame. We don't want to let these malcontents cause any more problems.
That's fair. Yes, I have heard of these newcomers. Does that mean that you're not the newest kids on the block anymore?
These vermin won't be staying long.
Huh. No doubt. As far as we know, I think they've been tearing up the streets, going through our turf. Bikes are built for distance, so I hear. Hard compound tires, quiet chain lube. They avoided the main drag though. They cut across Archer and Bubbly Creek and some rail spur underpasses. Stayed off the Halstead crowds.
Is there any place within that area that you believe they may have gone to ground? Or at least temporarily?
I'd say so. I think it went to ground in one of the local parish halls. We had a break-in.
At a
over the
church?
day. Yep. It's not a church. It's a community hall associated to a church. It was a
Does
gray
it have a
sedan.
basement?
Indeed it did. It was a grey sedan, they said. They dropped off two inspectors in coveralls.
Doesn't sound like our people, but there is another lead we're following that could be related. Do you mind if we check that out, if you haven't already?
I've checked my turf, but if they were here, they're gone by now, I think.
Do you know what was taken from the parish?
Nothing really. Seems to me like they... If I were to take a guess, I think they rested there over the day. Just locked themselves in the basement.
Kate's gonna look at the rest of you. Is there anything you want to ask, or?
I don't know if these boys and gals have any ghouls with them. It would be very risky to travel like this without a single ghoul. You want to have someone to watch out during the day. As you're all quite familiar with, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what was the name of the bar that was attacked? Did we already hear that before?
Yes, you did. I have to
Sylvester.
check my notes, though.
Sylvester, if we showed you the basement door, do you think you'd be able to verify it's the one you saw?
Ah, yes. That would be great. Maybe they'll help refresh my memory.
Yes. There may be more tangible clues. Maybe the street, maybe if there's any cameras or anything in this area, they may have caught the sedan's license plate. Because if they're going to the effort of being incognito with that van, it's not something they want to just leave behind.
Yeah, this bunch seem to be moving where the city's quiet. You'll hear their bikes, but if the bikes are roaring through a place where no one is listening, did they ever even go there?
So from where we are now, where we know this has happened and where the parish hall is, from there, can we tell where the gates could be? Since it says if it's dock gates they went through. I don't know if there's one great big port in Chicago or if there's like lots of little private ones. But if there's an obvious route from where we know things have happened to a dock, maybe we should leapfrog over the parish hall and just go to the place where we might catch them where they still are.
But they might have left clues behind in the hall, papers or something like that might lead to where they are next.
Or we could split. Some people go to the parish hall and some try and find the gates.
Splitting would be a bad idea.
Right now they're moving as a group. We should probably move as a group. But I still need to wait on Nina's approval to move around his territory.
If we get caught split up.
You're sent by the boss, aren't you? You have my approval.
Thank you. It's more,
What kind of
while we have very generous hosts within the city, it is always proper to ask.
It certainly is that. But what kind of host would I be to get in the way of your work? I know that you're saving me a ton of work.
We all do what we can. Your information should be useful in our hunt.
I certainly hope so. You'll keep me up to date in case anything happens to endanger me or mine.
How would we contact you?
Right here.
It seems unnecessary to bother the host every time we would like to talk.
Oh, the man in the bar knows me. Just leave a message with him.
Understood?
This place is called Hard Scrabble. Smells like boiled cabbage.
Like literally, or
Yeah, there's a kitchen here.
We know if this is just Nina's domain or if he's part of a coterie or...
No, it's his.
Okay.
He has, like, by now, certainly Kate, because maybe you're the more politically inclined of the group here. At least you're the smarter person of the group. You and Goldtooth Charlie alike are good at keeping track of who's who in city politics, if not by habit of moving in political circles, then just raw brain power. That the Ventru have some of the ethnic gangs under their control. So Al Capone is quite well known to you by now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the the Italian mob is firmly still under Al Capone's control. He came back and took control as an undead, didn't he? And then you have Nina with the Irish gangs, and then you have a fellow running the Vietnamese and Chinatown.
And maybe with a little luck and Tony biting the dust, maybe they'll even eventually get the Latin Kings. One day.
Anyway, yeah, as you are going through all this, you will actually... Are we listening to the news at all to pick up things? News reports? I think you would be.
Yeah,
If they're on
I
at the bar.
It's, what was that?
Yeah, if they're on at the bar, where we currently are. Or are you talking generally?
Yeah, generally.
I guess
yes.
probably.
Could maybe show some leads to our biker gang here.
Because you want to pay attention to any and all word on the streets, and that includes the police scanners, but also media reports. Very likely, doesn't it? I'm just guessing. Wow.
We've probably got like our car radios tuned to some radio station whose slogan is "Heartbeat of the City," something like that.
Has someone played Bloodlines a lot lately?
Maybe.
I love that radio station, though. It's very atmospheric. In this case, you're gonna hear about a break-in at the ruins of the theater where you were just the other night. Apparently someone has broken in there again. And there was, looters got in and committed acts of vandalism. And there will be a photograph of spray-painted graffiti that reads, "Sabbat rules, listen to the beast."
Oh no. Oh, those
What
fuckers.
was the theatre about?
It was the
Missed
same
that. Why-
theater where
why
you
were
were
we-
at the Opera House. It was literally the
They
place
got
they
it.
got back
Oh.
out.
Right.
They circled back there at some point.
Oh, they mentioned the Sabbat and the Beast by name.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, the beast could be a ton of different things.
I know, but
The Sabbat is bad. 'Cause that's an identifiable term.
Yeah, it's just, we need to get rid of these guys.
Yep.
If this is after the fact and it's been reported, they're not going to be there now. So we can just carry on our chase.
Yeah. I feel like the best plan is we'll investigate the break-in at the community center to confirm that's what Sylvester saw. Hopefully get some more information if we check out that area. Even if we just find out how they choose places to go to ground, that could be useful.
Right before we leave, I say to Charlie, use that thing of yours. Keep an eye out.
And I guess Charlie will send Sylvester and just repeat the same thing, since Sylvester can sense the unseen as well, in case there's any weird aspect to this as well.
Nosferatu,
I
Sabat.
will also use that thing of mine, thank you.
The
Yeah,
thing
both
of
use your
mine.
things.
Yeah, the thing.
The
The
thing.
thing.
off.
You've never been out this far south in Chicago since you left Gary, have you?
Not recently.
It's not like he has his little own fiefdom down here, like its own. He rules over a section of the city that's big enough to, bigger than downtown, basically. Only, just fewer functions down here. Yeah. Maybe Nina is as powerful as Modius in some ways. Only he doesn't have vampire subjects, I guess. As far as maybe he does.
To be fair, that generally means you're weaker.
Yeah, it does. It does. Just in terms of the geographic area that he controls.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to control low density suburbs and
No, it
farmland.
doesn't. It really doesn't. It's like, yeah.
It's pretty self-maintaining.
Yeah, you don't
It's a
control
pretty
land.
cool-
You control people. That's the whole. Yeah.
So in that case, we take a drive down the street.
Very well. And what might we find here? I have a question to you. Let's see.
Oh no, this is bad. This is bad news. I don't like it when the game master has questions.
I have a question to Sylvester specifically.
Oh, thank God.
It's not a question as much as a statement. As you're sitting in there in the car, who's
That's
driving?
right.
Who's driving the car? Say it, Sylvester. Please say it, Sylvester.
Come on,
Well, usually.
What was
okay,
that?
thank God you have it before.
You have, because we have 6 people in the vehicle. That's a lot of people. So it's got to be the van, right?
No, not 6 people in the vehicle. Tony's driving in his own car.
Okay. So 5 people in the vehicle. I guess you can all squeeze into the Impala that way. But Leo
Technically,
takes...
Kate could.
No, Leo drives the car. Sylvester has
Yeah,
shotgun.
because-
That's how this works.
Sylvester is not great at driving.
But Leo is pretty good at driving, actually.
Yeah.
He has a dot in it, which is good for a mortal. Anyway, Sylvester, you are going to sit there in the vehicle and you're going to hear in your mind and see, in fact, it's as you're looking, the traffic is driving into the headlights for the oncoming traffic, and then a pair of those headlights, they transform into the glowing eyes of an old lady. She has a white hair bun in a bun. She sits in a wheelchair. She's rolling towards you, and she's saying, "Sylvester, young man, you better be here next time. You better be here." And yeah, and it's Wednesday night bingo. Don't forget.
Oh, okay. I won't forget. Oh my god, Leopold, you're gonna hit her straight on.
Get her straight on.
You're going to hit her straight on if you don't slow down. Sylvester is just gripping Leopold's arm. Oh no, you're gonna crash, Leopold.
Leopold's just freaking out.
This is exactly why I don't go into the same car as the fucking Malkavian.
I'm fine.
Malkavian's not driving.
What are you talking
That's
about?
different.
I'm fine.
He's
What are you
being a
doing?
nuisance.
Why are you doing this? Everything is fine, he says. Just chill, man.
Good night, Wednesday.
You're
Is
gonna
that the
find...
version of like the wake up telegrams from your clan?
So,
You're gonna find,
Yep.
as you're driving through this part of town, you're gonna find on a CTA pillar, or it's some kind of pillar anyway, drippy black, "Listen to the Beast," behind a corner pub. It's half scrubbed already. But yeah, it's a tag, "Listen to the Beast."
also, would I recognize this random woman I saw in the vision?
Yeah, of course you do. It's Grandma O'Leary, your clan elder.
I need to come to bingo night. It's very important.
Yeah, you need to come to bingo night. It's very important.
Wait, I have the. Oh my god, I need to get. All right, shit. Wait.
And since we're investigating more around here, you're going to find Public Creek footbridge etching near 33rd. The beast has been scratched into a rail here, and tar has been rubbed into the scratchings to make it stand out more.
Tar. Is there like a trail of tar, or just that one bit?
Let's go. Wits and investigation.
Can I use survival because it's like examining for tracks and stuff?
Okay, I'll allow it.
That's what survival is, isn't it?
It is.
It's one of the things. We're gonna crash.
Can I also get a boost on this because of my heightened senses? Because tar has that really distinctive phenol smell.
Absolutely.
Ooh, a crit.
How dare you? That was a lot.
Oh, and I didn't even use my Auspex, so that's 2 more dice.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, so just say they were both successes. That's it now.
I'll say one of them was a success, because that's more statistically probable.
Okay. I tried to get away with it.
Alright, yeah, you tried.
You succeeded 100% of the rolls you don't take.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna be able to. This is. Let's see. You're sniffing on it. It's. You can pin it down to how old this stuff is. This is, in fact, not more than 4 or 5 hours old, something like that. So, must have happened maybe an hour after sunset. And the tar smell goes up to a culvert, and then from a culvert up to the actual road. And I guess they brought the tar with them because the tar tracks end in the street.
Oh,
If you follow the drippy tar, you're gonna get to a bridge that leads over another overpass, and there's some roped off area there, like police ropes, and in fact a police unit, Chicago PD, because there's a car that has crashed into one of the side rails, or like into the ditch of the road, and the windscreen is smashed in because someone threw a bucket of tar through it. Police investigation ongoing.
okay.
We're gonna drive casual past that.
Just drive casual.
Okay, so that's... At least we know they're going in this direction.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and if this was done an hour after sunset, we know that at least where they were for the previous day has to be within an hour of where this is.
We
Yeah,
believe
which-
they're in they went to the church
Yeah,
basement, or the community
tracks
center
quite
basement,
well
which is
with
where we're
the-
going.
Yeah, it tracks well with the church community hall, like the locations within those time spans. It's entirely possible to get from the community hall to that particular rail scratching in an hour. You can get there in half an hour. Plenty of time, even. Bridgeport isn't that big. So, yeah. And you know what? I'm looking at our time, and I'm going to say like this. This is the start of a montage of our noble protagonist heroes following tracks across the city for, let's see, I'm gonna roll a D something here.
Also 1.
Okay, for a week.
Okay.
As you're trying to keep up with these guys, and one turn after another, it's just tricky to find them, because as
Apparently
much
not
as
that
you
tricky.
are on their tail, they know that someone would be on their tail, because you know what they did? They smashed down the doors to an Elysium in a Camarilla city. They might be
Yeah,
Sabbat.
like the city's hunting them, not just us.
Yeah. So they might not be aware that you are hunting them, but they're definitely aware that someone is. And
Yeah.
they're not gonna be, they're doing their best to track to. So I'm rolling here my rolls for them to hide their tracks just enough to not be found. Obviously, they still flip the finger at the local Camarilla by tagging places and just doing an occasional Sabbat thing here or there just because it's fun. But not so many as to give you enough trails to track down a single location. It really helps them that they're nomadic. On the one hand, it means that it's very hard for you to track down. When you were doing the whole vampire hunters investigation, they had a home base. It was a rental, but it was a base that they were a base of operations with phone lines and everything set up. These guys don't care about that. Their only concern, because they're vampires, is that they must find a place to hide during the day. And some place where someone is not going to fry them by opening the wrong door or pulling the wrong curtains aside. But that's literally their only constriction. Maybe the Nosferatu knows more, but we will get to what the Nosferatu may or may not know later next week, because just because a week passes doesn't mean that there are no events and no things that are worthy of paying attention to. For example, Sylvester's clan meeting is coming up. We can't not have a scene with that. Sylvester,
Whoa!
you have to go
Come
to a
to
clan
bingo
meeting
night.
and play some bingo with Grandma
course.
O'Leary, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining like the bingo scene from that one M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I have not seen that.
Oh,
bingo
I
scene
simply
from-
must play bingo while high on cocaine.
Yes!
It's a must.
It makes your play much better. That's what I hear.
Could also predict the future. Half the bingo hall is just stamping things before the ball's been drawn.
Yep, when the Malkavians play bingo, it gets tricky because they know the numbers before the machine knows the numbers. Dear. So if I had premonition,
They play high-speed bingo.
it's very high speed bingo. Yes, it looks really weird for any outsiders.
The
Thank
thing
you
is, it
for
would give them
anyone
an
for
advantage because the numbers are already determined.
exactly for tuning in today. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, bell icons, and we will see you next time.